Yo, Dega talk.
You know the vibes. It's Dega talk.
Dega talk.
Dega world. Make sure you turn in that Dega talk, man. Going up.
Dega talk. You know, Dega talk, man. Turn the fuck in. I don't need none of them guns and shit.
Dega talk.
You're now tuned in to Dega talk.
But you can get spent on like fans. I don't even know why niggas hating. Them niggas really be fans. They like Mac doing this rap shit. Oh, why the fuck I can't? You got be gad as niggas. You niggas supposed to be dogs. You wasn't raised right. You a follower. That's why you fraud. All on Instagram posting guns and money like you hard. That's why you hard. But nigga, I ain't here. Nigga, go chase the paper. I told you niggas I was next up. Flow sick, need a tag up. I was raised around a couple hustlers, and none of them niggas was busters. Thought you gon' play with me, nigga, and get away. You got me fucked up. These bitches be treating you niggas.
It's definitely not the same. It's definitely not the same. He's not repeating the same thing.
Though. That's
I'm
telling you,
he's not repeating the same thing. It's two different meanings.
That's
for sure.
Strong. And I it's so strong only because like I just turned 30 and I just realized this at 29. Like, I don't have to be where I come from.
Right.
For so long, I struggle with that. Especially with like, we probably was on the same type of time. Like, you know, me, the way I look, I'm the pretty boy. Like, people gonna test me, so now I gotta meet the aggression. But I don't have to do that.
Yes, you don't.
Okay.
How many times have you been out and you feel like, you know, especially at a younger age where you still trying to figure out who the fuck you are, especially as a, you know, in a male dominated environment, you know what I'm saying? You walk around, you feel like you gotta, you know, match the bravado with everybody else out there.
Survive.
Yeah, just to survive. Like, bro, you don't have to do that shit, yo. Like, I learned how to use my brain. I learned how to think my way through a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to tell you, man, when you know how to use your fucking brain, you can navigate your way through damn near anything.
We ain't had no buzzers or nothing. We had to hit one of them for that. You feel me? We had to hit one of them for that. That's real, bro.
Yeah.
It's real. We laughing and all that, but they dropping dimes right now, man.
Yeah.
And I ain't talking about snitching. They dropping them dimes right now. You feel me? For sure.
The youth need that, bro.
Yeah.
The youth need that because it's so many kids, you know, they going through, you know, beyond just adults, you know, like I said, I just learned this at 29, but there's so many kids beyond them going through puberty, beyond them going through breakups that they don't understand, beyond them going through maybe troubles with their parents that they don't understand. They don't understand who they are or who they want to be, or even where they came from. Like, I grew up with Freddie Gray. I grew up with Corinne Gaines. I grew up in these households where, I ain't gonna say in a household, in the neighborhoods where it was rough. But in my household, I grew up in a great family. That's why I said if I ever did anything, it was because I chose to do it. I knew better.
Not that you was forced to.
Yeah, I wasn't forced, so I didn't. I was
Right.
ignorant to it. I knew better.
Right.
Yeah.
I just chose to do that.
Yeah.
And I got that from my dad. I call him my dad. That's my grandfather. I got it from him because he's like, look, anything you do, you got to go all the way regardless, good or bad. And it's crazy advice to hear a little bit. Like, oh, what do you mean if it's bad, still go all the way? If you make a decision, just understand the consequences, and you make that decision based off what you want to do. But if it happens, good or bad, live with it.
Yeah, crazy, because I tell my son that now at an early age.
You have
and
to.
I feel like it's so important. Even with him being 6, 7, I get reports from his school and everything. Like, I talk to his teachers every day. You know what I'm saying? And anytime I hear that he do something that he's not supposed to do, I say, listen, I know that you didn't learn that from me. You feel me? Like, anything you do, you have to understand their pros and cons and understand that daddy's not going to be there every second to be able to get you out of trouble. You feel me? You got to understand that when you get into things, you're going to have to deal with whatever comes your way. So just make sure that while I'm around, while I'm not looking, you being the best human that you can be.
Right.
For real.
And that's deep. And speaking of kids, like when you were younger, did you particularly know at a certain age where you was going to have your first kid? Was it planned? Was it like how most of us are, you get what I'm saying, where it happens and it's like, all right, let's take this head on? Or like how did you have it planned in your head?
I knew that at some point I wanted to have kids, and I always said that I wanted to have 2 boys. I now have 2 boys. right?
Oh, that's crazy.
And the thing is, I didn't know when it was going to happen, but I do know that I was in a period of time in my life where I needed something to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Some type of change.
Yeah, something, because I was focused, but I wasn't as focused as I needed to be. And I was intelligent. There was not a whole lot of shit you could tell me even now that I don't know.
Right.
You feel me? But I didn't go to college. When I graduated high school, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a year off because I had social anxieties. I was dealing with a lot of shit. A lot of people didn't know I was dealing with severe manic depression. I was dealing with social anxiety. I was dealing with personality disorder. I was dealing with so many different things at the time that people weren't aware of, except for myself and maybe a handful of other people. And I needed something to get me to get me focused on elevating my life and getting to a point where I was able to do things sufficiently for myself. And that thing happened to come in the form of a child.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even though I look back on it, I say, you know what, maybe I could have waited and did some things differently, but who am I to say that? You feel me? Like, you really don't know where you are in the season of your life, or what you do need or what you don't need, because if I did not have my kid, I may not be here.
You wouldn't be who you are.
I'm trying to tell you, bro, like, the shit I was fighting, bro, like, my kids were like the reason, bro. Like, I'm trying to tell you, I don't know if I'll be here.
I want to speak on that a little bit, because so many people go about life without knowing the things that they do. Like, they don't have a reason for it. Like for example, we live in an age now where everybody want to be the man.
Everybody
want to be in the front, but they don't even have a reason why. Like, taking back the paid in full. Like, everybody want to be the man
just cause.
They don't know why. And you saying, like, even certain things you were saying, it hit home. A lot of the stuff you saying hit home for me, not only just for myself, but because I don't have children myself, but I have a lot of younger men that look up to me. One of them, he actually dropped out of school in 12th grade because of his social anxiety. At first I was pissed. I'm thinking, I'm like, what? I'm right, getting his ass. Why would you do it in 12th grade then? Why you ain't just do it in 9th? Like, I'm pissed. But I don't know what it feel like with that.
Yeah, that's
the anxiety and even him not knowing himself, and not knowing that his mother didn't get her degree. So it's no force. Like, for me, it was no question. Like, what? In my household? Like, what? It ain't no question. I'm graduating. Like, it ain't not. If not, I'm be on the streets. But at the same time, it's about understanding that, and now us being able to stand up as men and relay these messages the right way to them, so that they could be better than us. Because a lot of the times, like I said off camera, a lot of times, whether it's in music, whether it's in life, the older men got mad at us, but forgot they were supposed to raise us. And then they try to raise us when we're already adults, and they tell us what they do. You look at music. When they started mumble rap, oh, this soft. Back in the 90s, we would have woo woo woo. Now they killing it. Yeah, but they, oh, y'all soft. Y'all don't do this. Y'all just internet. Now you got people really killing people and putting it online. And now it's, oh, y'all out of control.
Yeah. Which one you want?
You know what I'm saying? But it's that mentality, bro, of like, I'm over you, so listen to me. Instead of, yo, let me take your hand, bro. Let me help you understand.
Let me guide you.
Okay, let me talk to you and listen. Let me not just talk at you. Let me listen to you. Oh, you have anxiety. Oh, that's why I said. Not me looking at you, dumb, you ain't finished. It's, oh, let me listen. Okay, this is what you going through. Bro, okay, this is what you going through. That's the problem. Now let me help you get to the solution.
Right.
And to touch on it, a lot of people don't know, you feel me, but we are the new OGs.
I know.
It's our generation that's the new OGs. A lot of the OGs back in the day, like our parents had OGs.
Yeah.
And then once our parents became the new OGs, they kind of lacked.
They were too busy focusing on them.
Me? Yeah, and you can't really blame too many people because generation to generation gets smarter and smarter.
And they didn't know, nobody expected this world to be like this.
Yeah, for sure.
Technology. Nobody... Nigga, they kept telling us get out the game and all that. Nigga, people getting paid millions to be on the game.
It's like everything they told us when we was younger was a lie. We get rich off of it. You feel me? Like,
they didn't know.
Yeah, for sure. And it's kind of like it's kind of sad because like even what we talked about off camera, like even with the things you just named, the social anxiety and the things with your peoples that you was talking about, what outlets do we have? Who can we talk to about these things? Because me personally, I'm okay.
We about to be on fucking top, man. I swear. Feel like a man, but you can spend on life. Yeah. I don't need none of them guns and shit. I use my hands. I was raised right like a man. But you can get spent on like fans.